I want to get into raiding, but I'm bad at this game. If this sounds like you, well, I'm here to tell you, bud, you're not a shitter. You just need some practice. I'm going to show you how to solo TOA in under 10 minutes. 90 plus in all combat stats is highly recommended, with all 99s being ideal. Armor recommendation is whatever you got in the bank. TOA functions off an invocation system. The higher the invocation level, the higher the health and damage of the boss is, but also the higher chance you get a unique. There are many different invocations to choose from, most of them manageable by a toddler. In short, these invocations change how many times you can die, how much time you have, how many supplies are given inside the raid. Every 2 bosses you kill, you're given health, prayer, and buffs from a helpful ghost. This changes the amount you're given. The difficulty level of the bosses changes to prayers, food, and special attacks, and different mechanics for the bosses. It looks scary, I promise it's not. Walk the Path and Insanity are the 2 most important invocations to take note of. They both give a whopping 50 invocation level, and once you've learned them, it's like riding a bike. Everything I've highlighted in yellow gives varying points, but honestly, there's no reason to have them off. They are effectively just changes to damage and speed, barring Zebek's invocations, which just let him cast some spells. In order, these invocations do as follows. Living Larva makes more tiny bugs, Blowing Mud makes Kephri's poop target more people, and solos this does nothing for you, it's free points. Not Just Ahead, Arterial Spray, and Blood Thinners all equip Zebek with some blood magic, don't get hit by red shit, and you're golden. Feeling Special makes Akkha's memory attack faster. If you were bad at Simon as a kid, leave it off for starters. Jungle Japes, leave bananas when you kill the monkeys in Baba's room. Gotta Have Faith increases the damage of the coffins, and Shaking Things Up makes ground attack bigger. Penetration makes Warden's special attacks in phase 2 disable overhead prayers. All the other invocations make Warden's attack faster. Very creative Jagex. The shit in red takes some time to learn, but once it's learned, again, like riding a bike. That being said, some of these will come down to preference. If you don't like them, turn them off, you'll probably be okay. More Overlords adds more big bugs during the Kephri fight, adds a melee during phase 1 and a ranger during phase 2. Aerial Assault makes Kephri's bombs hit in a 3x3 area. It's basically free points. Upset Stomach makes Zebek throw up more and his water jugs clear out less vomit. Mind the Gap is a funny one-shot meme. If you're in the center of the room when Baba jumps, you die. Just stay out of the center of the room, and again, free points. Boulder Dash makes boulders move faster. Since you clicked on the video, I'm assuming you're probably feeling a hair overwhelmed here. Don't worry, here's a very simple 150 invocation. This is what I'll be showing during the video as I demonstrate the bosses to you. Invo level 150 is the lowest invocation level to be considered a normal raid, and is the lowest invocation level that you can obtain a ward, Masori armor, and of course, the Tunic and Shadow. This should be plenty simple for players of almost all skill levels and should get you used to the fundamentals of TOA. Alright, let's get into it. Your inventory should consist of all 3 melee, magic with a charged staff, and range switches. Bring at least a 4-way switch, and as you get more comfortable, trade out potions for more armor pieces. Do keep in mind that throughout the raid you are given free health and prayer potions. Bring a mix of Sarah brews and restores. There is never a reason not to have the on a diet invocation on, so you will never bring hard food. A sand few or anti-venom for poison. If you'd like to speed up the final fight just a little bit, bring a dragon dagger. And finally, bring thralls, as it speeds up every single room in the raid. If someone told you to bring ancients, unfriend and block them. It is smart to drink a dose of super combat, ranging potion, and anglerfish before going in, and with that, let's get going. After entering the raid, you'll notice in the top left, invocation level of the raid, the time spent in the raid, and the 4 bosses and their respective path levels. If you took Walk the Path or any of the path level invocations, you will see their levels reflected here. As you might imagine, the higher the level, the higher the difficulty. You can choose to fight the first 4 bosses in any order, but 90% of the time you'll want to do Bekaz or Baba, Kephri, Akkha, Zebek. Each boss has a puzzle before the fight starts. For Babas, that's the monkey room. This is by far the worst of the 4, so if you get past this, you're over the hump. You need to repair pillars and pour potions in the vents while defeating a horde of monkeys. When you enter the room, drop a few potions on the ground to make room in your inventory, grab a hammer and a stack of potions from the crates. When the pillar has a monkey face, click on it. When the vent has a monkey face, stand over it and click on the potions you picked up. Many monkeys of all different colors will appear. Kill the red with magic, kill the blue with range, kill the green with melee. Combat triangle, easy. There are monkey shamans who make tiny monkeys. Kill these with whatever your fastest weapon is, generally blowpipe. There are also toxic monkeys who piss and shit all over the ground. Kill these with your fastest range or magic weapon, again, probably blowpipe. Finally, there are volatile monkeys. They explode when they get near you, so when you see them get close, run away. It should be noted that they can explode and blow up the other monkeys, so if you feel comfortable, give it a whirl. And I know I said this was a solo guide, but as a final note, if you're doing this with multiple people, only one person can see the floating monkey heads at a time. You'll need to communicate with your teams what the issue is so they can either repair the pillars or pour in the vents with you. And sometimes your teammates will get highlighted red. Stack on top of them and pour the potion on them. Fight through the waves, repair the pillars, pour in the vents, and with that, the worst room of the raid is over. Good job. Time for the big monkey, pray melee, stab her. Don't stand in the big shadow. She will swipe with her paw and 2 boulders will fall from the sky. Be sure you're standing near them, because shortly afterwards she will throw a slow-moving rock that does a big damage if you are not near the boulders. Shortly after that she summons some monkeys. The monkeys will throw rocks at you and try to open their coffins. If they open their coffins, then the coffins will shoot out some fire at you. Try to kill the little monkeys when they spawn. At 66 and 33% health, Baba will jump to the top of the room and send you sliding back. Boulders will travel down the hill and you will need to shoot the one that is damaged. Once the boulders are done rolling down, rinse and repeat. Congrats, monkey dead. Kephri Puzzle has 5 mini puzzles. You need to solve 3. Pick one side, solve the puzzle, hop to the other side, repeat. Pillars, you need to find the order in which to hit them with your weapon. Light puzzle is self-explanatory, make all the lights shine. Memory puzzle, step on the lights in the order that they showed up. Funny symbol puzzle, I still don't fully understand. Read the tablet for a number and try to add up the symbols to make that number. Once you get the final puzzle, it's just flipping over the same symbol on each side. If you're on RuneLite, the TOA plugin will solve these puzzles for you. Kephri is the poop mommy. She shoots bombs at you, summons tiny bugs, which you pray range against, and poops on you. Poop shoves you back, don't stand under the bombs, and pray range and the tiny bugs spawn. The eggs that they spawn out of do explode, so don't stand near them. Attack her with melee. When her shield is depleted, she will summon a big bug and a bunch of swarms that heal her shield. Pray range, kill the big bug, and if you have time left over, kill the swarms. Repeat. When the shield is down a second time, she will summon a mage and a melee, kill the mage as it hops around the room, then kill the melee. One more time with the shield and one additional time with the shield gone, and Poop Mommy is dead. Halfway point, good job. Talk to the ghost, he gives you free shit. In short, they are Cerebrews, restore potions, prayer points over time, HP over time, 25% increase to all stats, and your oh shit button. This has 2 doses and heals you to full health and prayer points plus a little extra. Oh, and double special attack. If you have supplies, always prioritize the plus 25% to all stats. The faster the boss dies, the less supplies you need, and 25% is a lot of fucking damage. Grab what you need and go to Akkha. Akkha room uses mirrors to hit the statue with the shield. Once it's hit, mind the obelisk. Don't get hit by the big black balls. Again, the TOA plugin will help you solve this. Akkha is not as hard as people make it out to be. Start by praying melee, attack with mage. He will rotate what you can attack him with. When he switches his overhead prayers, you switch too. The rotation is praying melee, attack with mage, pray range, attack with melee, pray mage, attack with range. If you look in your prayer book, you're just going right to left with your overheads. Easy peasy. At 80%, 60%, 40%, and 20% health, he will summon a shadow. Kill the shadows in any order that you like, but after you kill the shadow, you can only damage Akkha in that quadrant. Attack these shadows with whatever your highest damage is. He has 2 special attacks and solos. He turns you black and makes you spawn balls when you run. If you're black, don't move. Or he jumps to the middle, flashes symbols in any order like Simon. Level 0, he'll do 4 symbols, level 2, 5, and level 4, he'll do 6. Stand in the quadrant those symbols were in and move after you see the explosion. Finally, when he reaches 0, you enter cum phase. A bunch of white shit flies around the room. Dodge the cum, stab with melee until he's dead. Good job, I knew you could do it. Crocodile, pick up a jug, fill up the jug, pour the jug on the tree. Don't get hit by green shit and don't get hit by the spikes. If you stand here and run to the end of the hallway, you'll dodge every spike. Good job. Attack with range, or if you have max mage for some reason, Tumikins. He shoots jugs and rocks. Jugs you pray mage, rocks you pray range. It's Jad but wet. He has 2 special attacks which he vomits on the ground for both of them. Waves, stand in the opening. Rocks, push or pull a jug into one of the rocks. It will break open, pouring water out and cleaning the area. Stand behind the rock before he roars. Should go without saying, but don't stand in his vomit. And if you have blood magic enabled, which you should, he will periodically summon some tomatoes. Don't let him touch you. He'll also cast blood barrage sometimes. If you feel saucy, you can flick your mage prayer, otherwise the damage is negligible at most invo levels. Restock, final boss time. Stand on the east side, blocking the skulls that are coming out of the obelisk. Attack the obelisk. Once you've taken about 20 to 30 damage, move back towards the middle. Don't stand underneath the pyramids. Some balls will get launched at you, eat the damage, and repeat until the obelisk is dead. Phase 2. Put on your mage gear, start hitting him. He'll either put his arm out and shoot a magic attack, or he will pound his chest and shoot a range attack. Pray accordingly. He will do 3 special attacks during this time. Windmill, skulls, and triangle. Windmill and triangle, don't stand in the red shit, simple as. With skulls, either run 5 tiles away from the shadow or stand within 2 tiles north, south, east, or west of them to dodge the damage. 2 things of note, sometimes when he puts his arm out for a mage attack, he will actually turn your prayer off and shoot one of 3 projectiles. A magic ball, an arrow, or a sword. Pray mage against the magic ball, range against the arrow, and melee against the sword. Go fucking figure. And when his heart is below half health, he can also shoot out a missile that freezes you in place. Speaking of the heart, once the yellow charge bar is full, he will spit out his heart. Equip your melee gear and whack the heart until it goes back in. Once it's back in, switch to your range gear and do the cycle all over again. Every time you do a cycle, it will alternate between attacking him with mage and attacking him with range. Once he's dead, on to phase 3. Switch to range or mage, whatever does more damage. Move right, left, middle. As the warden pulls up the ground tiles, if you need more time to react, head to the back of the room. At 80, 60, 40, and 20% health, he will spit out some skulls, equip a melee weapon, and stab him. At 60% health, Zebak will show up, pray against the jugs, mage, and the rock's range accordingly. At 40%, Baba will show up, he will throw rocks at you. If you're constantly moving, which you should be, you won't get hit. Once he reaches 5%, he goes back up to 25% and enrages. Shadow and lightning will appear. Don't stand in the lightning, and left click the boss. Congrats on the purple, folks. Likes, comments, and subscribes. Leave questions down below. Mwah. Bye.